murder which is sweeping the eastern third of the nation is being committed by creatures who feast upon the flesh of their victims. First eyewitness accounts of this grisly development came from people who were understandably frightened and almost incoherent. Officials and newsmen at first discounted those eyewitness descriptions as being beyond belief. However, reports persisted. Medical examinations of some of the victims bore out the fact that they had been partially devoured.
That's my town there. Partly the way it is, partly the way I imagine it. From out here, it looks comfortable, doesn't it? Prosperous, even happy. Well, for the most part, it is. Except for the poison, the rot, the horribly toxic abscess. He's one of those already infected. Come on, I'll show you. Go on, they won't even know you're there. That's Garion. He's the owner here. Has been for about 2.5 years now. Not exactly a candidate for the Good Citizens Award. All the refuse collects here like a stopped-up cesspool. Doesn't the smell ever bother you? There they are. The soul-searing bacterias of a new disease.
This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder.
Look at them. All the abnormal perversion. And the parasite of it all, the scavenger, the great American maggot. Oh, come on. Don't look so worried. We haven't lost this thing yet.
Good shot.
Come on. Come here. I want you to hear this.
A widespread investigation of reports from funeral homes, morgues, and hospitals has concluded that the unburied dead are coming back to life and seeking human victims. It's hard for us here to believe what we're reporting to you, but it does seem to be a fact. When this emergency first began, radio and television was advising people to stay inside, behind locked doors, for safety. Well, that situation has now changed, and we're able to report a definite course of action for you. Stay tuned to the broadcasting stations in your local area for this list of rescue stations.
Lots of work, huh?
Thank you.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on.
They're coming for you, Barbara.
Lawson, I don't know whether you irk me because you're arrogant or because you're right.
Thank you, sir.
While you're talking about nudes, what about nudist magazines?
They're coming for you.
Well, I must say that's very impressive. Your research abilities are very impressive, Mr. Lawson.
Look, there comes one of them now.
All right, Lawson, all right. Oh, remember one thing. Don't look for it to keep you from getting your ears beat off.
I don't suppose I need to tell you, Lieutenant, that how you and your men handle this is of extreme importance.
Yes, sir, I know. That's why I decided to be in on this one myself. Chandler here will accompany me. We're ready to move whenever you give the signal.
Well, right now ought to do just fine. Remember, Lieutenant.
Yes, we know.
If you had a gun, shoot him in the head. That's a sure way to kill him. If you don't, get yourself a club or a torch. Beat him or burn him. They go up pretty easy.
Good. Make it as simple and direct as possible.
You want to check us on procedure?
Definitely. We want nothing left to chance.
Now let's move it.
There are no place to flee from safety, except to the rescue station which has been set up. Indications are that before this emergency is over, we will need many, many more such rescue stations.
You stain every neighborhood of every city in the country with their slime. We're talking about their victims, about young kids. We're talking about adults, too. We are not talking about a small problem on the other side of the tracks. Such mutilation, totally justified.
Well, that's about it for us. All we can do now is wait and hope. Yes, sir. That's my town there. But this time there isn't any infection or any disease. And on behalf of my town, I want to thank you for being around to help. But there are other towns, even your own. Take a long, honest look at your town. Go on. You can run away from me easily, but you can never run away from your own responsibility. It's yours, now and forever. To deny it is to deny all that is precious and dear to you, all that is good in this life. But if you avoid that responsibility, then someday a generation must grow up to which perversion is commonplace. And that generation will, in its own perverse anguish, curse us all for having been so unconcerned. You must decide, my friend. You must decide very soon.